Best practices for writing a security policy. Welcome to our video on how to write an effective security policy. In this video, we'll be discussing the key components of a security policy and providing some tips on how to create a policy that is effective and relevant to your organization. But first, let's define what we mean by a security policy. A security policy is a formal statement that outlines the rules and guidelines for protecting an organization's assets from cyber threats. It may cover a wide range of topics, including password management, acceptable use of company resources, and incident response procedures. A security policy is an important tool for ensuring that an organization's assets are protected and that its employees and other users are aware of their responsibilities when it comes to security. So, how do you go about writing an effective security policy? Here are some tips. 1. Identify the scope of the policy. It's important to clearly define the scope of the policy, so that it is clear which assets and activities are covered by the policy. 2. Identify the stakeholders. Consider who will be affected by the policy and make sure that their needs and concerns are taken into account. 3. Define the purpose of the policy. Clearly state the purpose of the policy and the benefits it is intended to achieve. 4. Identify the risks and vulnerabilities. Identify the risks and vulnerabilities that the policy is intended to address, and outline the measures that will be taken to mitigate those risks. 5. Clearly state the rules and guidelines. Outline the specific rules and guidelines that employees and other users are expected to follow in order to comply with the policy. 6. Establish a process for enforcing the policy. Clearly define the consequences for non-compliance with the policy, and establish a process for enforcing the policy and addressing violations. 7. Review and update the policy regularly. It's important to regularly review and update the policy to ensure that it remains relevant and effective. In conclusion, a security policy is an important tool for ensuring that an organization's assets are protected and that its employees and other users are aware of their responsibilities when it comes to security. By following the tips outlined in this video, you can create an effective security policy that meets the needs of your organization. Please subscribe to this channel for continued learning.